Good morning and welcome back to Sun Up on 7, my beautiful people out there. We are all about celebrating beautiful things today. We've had champion cyclists, we've had Ladyville highlights giving back, and now we're here celebrating a Belizean local author and poet. We have here with us this morning on our couch Miss Allyson Hidalgo, who's discussing her new book, Throwing Away My Thoughts. So good morning, Allyson.
Good morning.
Welcome to our couch. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
I'm
Good
really
as well.
excited about
Yes.
this because anytime I think about mental health, like I'm like automatically just like revved up to see how we can make sure young people are promoting more being healthy, talking about what is bothering them, and anxiety, depression, these things, eating disorders, like even suicide and all these things. It's kind of taboo still, and we talk about it, but it's still not something talked about in the household enough.
Right.
Where I feel like there's some parents that struggle to even have those conversations, right?
Yeah.
So now for you, tell us a little bit how this book came to be, because it's a whole collection of your thoughts, like throwing away your thoughts. That's really what you're saying, throwing away my thoughts. Like, how did it come to be?
Well, it started off with me just journaling, just trying to figure out how to like let all these weird feelings out. Like they were so big. And then in high school, I was introduced to poetry and I was like, wow, I really like writing like this. And it didn't feel like just something that I had to do.
Right.
And so it really helped me a lot through high school, just getting through all these big feelings.
So, I mean, you had the time to express exactly in an artistic way all your thoughts and everything like that. So, what would you say is the significance of art in our society?
I think it's this like happy release for people, You don't have to feel like it's something you must do. It's just this fun little thing and it helps you just let out all these feelings and it's just beautiful to look at. Like what would life be without art?
That's very true.
Oh, that is so true.
I've always said, I've having actually taken art in high school and sixth form, every single thing everywhere is art, people. From the light in the wall, from the plumbing, from everything is just art.
Our
over.
bodies are art.
Yes, definitely.
Every single thing, the way we talk, it's art. And in that same aspect, seeing that you've come and you've created this collection of your thoughts, art in itself, poems. What would you like to see as a young person? You're 20 years old, seeing happen in our country when it comes to art? Like, what do we need to work on to be able to get to a place that you think, art is much more expressed, more people are more free to, share how they feel about those taboo topics that we, threw off the table?
I think, one, there needs to be more conversations.
Yeah.
That's one thing that's really big. Another thing is just having a space for these young people to be able to express themselves.
And feel safe doing it.
Yes,
Right.
exactly. And just let it all out. Whether it be just splashing paint on a wall, something fun for them to do, something that they could feel proud of and just let it all out.
Right.
You mentioned really earlier, like, it's your release.
Right.
There's sometimes you have so much stuff bent up, and like you said, the words, you don't have words, and sometimes you don't actually want to tell anybody either.
Exactly.
Like, you're feeling this, but you want to get it out in a way that it's you, yourself, just getting it out. And so art in the form of journaling and then going into like poems and stuff like that, those are means I'm not thinking everybody looks to.
Yeah.
Because they're
Right.
like, I don't know how I'm going to write it out, but like, I'm sure the thoughts just kind of came to you.
Yeah, like they just come and they pour and you're just like, okay, and you just keep going and you could write like multiple at a time.
Well, you need a whole book, so.
Yeah. I need a whole book, so.
So this book, it's your spilling out of all your big thoughts, like you said, and it deals more with the mental aspect of it, depression, anxiety, and what's not. You found a way to express all of that in your book. What would you say for those in society? What would you like to see more or less being done in order to address these mental issues?
I guess inviting these young people to like find their way, and letting them just write even or draw,
Draw or-
have like a little event, where it's just different things, different hobbies that they can find
Yes.
that will help them, because that's a big thing. Like not having a hobby and having all these feelings and you can't release it in a fun way that you like, it's really hard.
It eventually pins up, and then you.
And that's what you cause people to, come out and hurt someone, because they had all of that
Yep.
pain there, bent up, they didn't know how to express it.
Yeah.
And when trying to express it in whatever, somebody shunned it out. And I think that's the thing about having a safe place, where
Yes.
it doesn't matter what you want to do, like however you want to express it, whether it be dance, poems, journaling, that's self-care. People don't understand art is a form of self-care.
Yes.
Because you're really just helping yourself to express whatever you're feeling within that you don't even know to even understand. Because when did you start writing these poems?
I started when I was like 15.
Oh.
So I really didn't understand what was going on in my head. And it just, because it was just for me, it felt like a safe space.
And now you're sharing that with people.
Now,
Oh,
now I want everybody to
beautiful.
see, like, this is what was going on, for parents to like understand what their kids are going through, for kids to feel like, oh, it's not just me going through this.
That is so true.
Other people are going through it and it's okay.
And that's the thing, because when you read poems, especially like from 15, I'm thinking 15 is already an age, you're going into 16. I'm thinking of high school majors, all these different stuff that are happening. It's like a discovery time. It's a tricky time for people. You're going through all the influences of society.
Yeah.
Everything with people, relationships, parents, going through whatever it is. It's a lot for teenagers to deal with.
Yeah.
And we don't talk about it enough. We just think that, you're just supposed to get over it. You're just supposed to deal with it. So in that same realm, like, when people read your poems, what would you want them to really get from it? And I'm talking about anybody, not even just a normal teenager, but parents. Because I really hope parents will take this book and think, man, is my child going through something like this? Is like, how can I have that conversation? So what would you want that?
I guess what I would want, like, parents maybe to understand is just to understand what their kids are going through, take a step back and not see it as, oh, my kid is rebelling or my kid is lashing out at me. It's my kid's going through these weird feelings that they don't necessarily understand or they don't necessarily like feeling, but they don't know how else to deal with it,
Right.
you know?
That is
And they don't really know what's going on.
So we have somebody in our chat here saying, can't wait to read your poetry book. You're an inspiration for young Belizean girls. So can't wait to read this book. Where can one find this book?
So right now we're working on getting it in other bookstores and local bookstores. But right now I've had the Amazon set up for the ebook, and you can call 615-1370. By order, you can get this book.
perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. And how, more or less, how much poems are in this book, Allyson?
Like 66.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And what's really cool about this is like there are other illustrations in this book, and on top of that, I know she sent in some pictures of the illustrations. Did you know it's like her mom and her book collaborated to do these illustrations?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was me and my mom who did the art for it. It was really fun doing it with her.
So it's just very artsy on a whole. You have poems and then you have the illustration.
It's very artsy, I know. But what was that like for you too as well? Because I'm thinking, you're going through this is like 5 years journey for you.
Yeah.
And having your mom read these and actually help create illustration, what was that process like for you, feeling like she's gonna read
I was
everything?
like, Mom, I'm so sorry, but you won't like half of these. They're a bit dark. And she was like, it's fine. We read them. She was like, you tell me what you want in these. And if you don't have an idea, we can work on it together. You read me it and we think of something. So it was really fun.
I mean, that support too, throughout all of that. That is something very crucial when dealing with any one of these, mental health issues and what's not, support. And it's good to know that you've had the support from your mom, even though she's had to go through this book and be like, oh my gosh, what is this?
What was Allyson feeling when she was 17,
Yeah.
But I think even in that stuff, like you said, for parents, it's about really listening to your child and understanding that they're not understanding themselves.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I think I would really hope that parents know that it's not necessarily you as a problem or your fault or so. Kids are trying to discover themselves. And
Very true.
whether it be through poetry, it's not your fault for not understanding every single thing because we're in different genres, we're different ages and
Exactly.
everything, generations. So what you felt then,
Not
you feel
relate,
something
no.
and maybe not relate. So
Yeah.
I really appreciate your mom being able to read this and say, you know what, I'm just going to be supporting because I'm hoping parents have that same approach.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Because how does it feel to
It's-
have that support, you know?
It's been great. Even my dad supports me throughout all of this. Like, I read him some too, and it was
I could imagine him over there.
it was very interesting. But he was the one that pushed me to actually release the book, and my mom just helped me with the art. So it's been like supportive all around. And it's been great.
To have family just look and even again the context of this, your thoughts. So like you said, there's some dark thoughts. Which I want people to understand it's okay to have dark thoughts. It's
Yeah.
completely fine. It's
Yep.
not like the end of the world.
It's
we're
natural.
humans, we're going through different emotions every single day. You knock your toe upon something, you're like, you hate this table for the rest of your there's these
Yeah.
things come. It's natural and it's okay if your children have these things too as well. So embrace it, but talk to them about it. I'm sure this
Exactly.
is going to be a conversation starter for a lot of people to
Definitely.
I hope so.
just connect and say, I kind of feel like this one specifically. I felt this way before. I'm feeling
Yeah.
it right now. I want to talk to somebody about it,
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I want from the book, to just connect with people and have people connect because of my book.
So, Allyson, we understand that you're going to recite a poem or two
Yes.
here with us. Before we go to a quick commercial break to allow you to prepare and all of that, would you have any final words as we're closing off this?
Just, it's okay to be not okay. And
I love that, yeah.
throw away your thoughts if you can.
Write it down and throw it away afterwards.
Yeah.
Like you're getting it out and you're getting that release.
Yes.
What poems are you going to be performing for us today?
I'm going to do one that's called It's Time to Get Off and one that's called Panic.
All right.
And I know your poems have themes, so what are the themes for these poems?
It's Time to Get Off is about depression, and Panic is about anxiety.
I love it. I love it.
Definitely be paying attention to panic.
Yeah. Brandon, we know.
Well, you
we're
saw my
hypocrites.
incident what happened on Tuesday, but yeah.
And so I know you've mentioned that, also for your book it says a collection is crafted to inspire women, but I do also want to remind men that they can be able to access this book too as well and feel every single thing, because women don't get different feelings than guys for the most part, like maybe different contexts and environments, but I'm sure you can be able to grab a hold of a poem and be like, man, I felt this dark too as well, or I've struggled with this before too as well. So
Right.
men, don't feel left out. No one out there, like, be able to grab a hold of it and say, you know what, I'm going to go through this. I'm going to see the thoughts that, you've had, and I'm going to connect with it too as well, because I think the mental health when it comes to men is not, talked about enough. And I just want
No,
them to
it's
know that
not.
you're included. Grab a hold of the book. You're going to be able to get it. Can you mention your mom's number again?
615-1370.
And you can be able to contact her and be able to get your copy. Or for our viewers at the diaspora, you guys can go to Amazon and you can go on and check out the book. It's called Throwing Away My Thoughts, a poetry collection crafted to inspire women. Beautiful, beautiful cover that you designed too as well, if I'm not mistaken.
All
I
right.
did the design for the cover.
It's like artsy all around.
I thought your artsy self. So with that, guys, we're gonna have an artsy commercial break. No, I wish it was an artsy commercial break, but we're gonna have a normal commercial break. And like Allyson said, it's okay to not be okay. When we're back, we're gonna be having her perform 2 amazing poems that are in this book, just giving you a little taste of something amazing of what you can be able to purchase when you get the book. So, can you give us the price of the book too as well?
Oh, it's 50 Belize.
Okay.
Yeah,
great.
50 Belize dollars. So guys, with that, we're gonna go to our last commercial break? Our next commercial break, just a break. And when we're back, Allyson is gonna be performing her 2 poems. Stay tuned.
It's time to get off. Over and over again, a vicious cycle. Over and over again, why can't I get off this merry-go-round? A never-ending roller coaster, why doesn't the conductor let me off? I've been screaming for 19 years, can he not hear me? Over and over again, I just want to break free. Over and over again, why am I strapped onto this ride? Constantly in and out of delusion, in and out of therapy, in and out of pain. Over and over again, I need to cut these straps that are holding me back. Over and over again, I need to get off this ride. This ride is so familiar. What will happen if I get off of this one? What if I end up on a new ride? What if the next ride is worse? But what if the next ride is better? What if the next ride is what I need to grow? This one is called Panic. I don't remember the last time I felt this way. The way my breath slowly seemed not to fill my lungs. The way the air slowly turned into daggers. My thoughts began racing through my mind. I became unable to control myself, and the panic rapidly takes over. This slow, drowning feeling with a rapid pace of fear. As the tears stream down like a river, it's hard to catch a good breath.